Boom, 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 boom.
All right, here we go. Get ready to have a good time. This is exciting, isn't it?
All right, we're on. Hello, testing.
Welcome aboard the Dreamliner.
It's the only way to fly.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Podcaster? Podcaster?
Gary.
Here's a young speaker who is really in demand.
Don't let that go to your head, Gary.
But wait, there's more.
That's what I'm talking about.
He's Gary Meyer.
The Gear Force Live is streaming live.
Cocktails, woo, drinks.
6 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central, 4 Mountain, 3 Pacific, and so forth.
Today is April 15th, and that means three things. Tax Day, the day Abraham Lincoln died, and the 110th anniversary of the Titanic sinking. Now, as you may have heard, I have a little bit of a Titanic obsession. Now, if you've never actually heard of the Titanic, just know that I'm judging you. There are a lot of really cool survivor stories, including Charles Lightoller, the second officer who lived to be shipwrecked 3 more times in his life and eventually took his yacht to Dunkirk to rescue soldiers during World War II. But the best story might be head baker Charles Jogan. When Charles learned the ship was going down, he first ensured that all the lifeboats were stocked up with food from the kitchen and also helped load passengers. He then gave up a seat reserved for him to set an example before heading back to his cabin to drink all the whiskey he could find. Literally all of it. We're talking entire bottles of whiskey here. When the ship went down, he claims he just stepped off the back of the boat without even getting his hair wet. In reality, he was in the water for between 2 and 3 hours before he was eventually picked up by one of the lifeboats. 3 hours is a long time to be in freezing waters. Most people would have died after about 10 to 15 minutes. It's theorized this was thanks to the enormous amount of alcohol in his system, meaning he was able to withstand the freezing temperatures just because he was drunk. The moral of the story, if you're on a sinking ship in the middle of the Atlantic, drink all the whiskey you could find and hope you're not too drunk to swim. So drink up, Gear Force.
Thanks, producer Keith Conrad. Right now, Gear Force, no matter where you are, it's time for a digital mimosa. Remember that our preferred streaming platform is YouTube. Subscribe to the Gear Force Live YouTube channel and hit that bell icon to be notified when we're live. Be sure to like and share the show on all of your favorite social media channels. And during the live show, comments on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch may get shown on the screen, and Gary may talk about them. Now fasten your seatbelts. It's time to go wheels up on the Good and or Great Friday edition of the Gear Force Live.
Thank you, Alan, and thank you, Keith, for that magnificent opening. 110 years ago today, at this very moment, Leonardo DiCaprio was clinging to a door in the middle of the freezing Atlantic. Let us kick the tires and light the fires to get everything. There are the tires. Let's light them up. There they go. Happy Good Friday, Passover. And as I posted on my Facebook page, why Christians consider this Good Friday when our Messiah was nailed to a cross, I don't know. But like that guy on the Titanic, Keith, what's his name again that drank all the whiskey?
That was Charles Jogan, the chief baker.
The chief baker. Let's toast to him. Boy, that's what I would have done. And that's why we do this every Friday. We always feel like we've hit an iceberg during the week and we're going down. And Friday is, okay, if we're taking on water, we got to do something to make ourselves feel better. And that's why we drink.
Let's cling to some wreckage.
Cling to some doors and driftwood. Let's do it. And there is Keith's Titanic. Keith made that ship out of balsa wood from scratch. It's not a kit. He didn't have a follow these little instructions and you'll have a Titanic ship. He sat down with a bunch of balsa wood one day and built that from scratch. All right, Keith. Hey, let me say hello to some people that have checked in. First of all, Keely Ann, the first one in every week. And here is her post. Easter egg hunt tonight. I'm hiding one under my schnauzer. That's where I would look if I started an Easter egg hunt. Did I say hunt? I hope I did. David said, I've waited 7 days to see how Kellyanne would start the show. And once again, she and her schnauzer makes me smile. And then David R., he made a comment about this. My wife and I like to play with the schnauzer in the forest preserve when the weather is nice. Come on, spring. Yes. All right. All good schnauzer activities. Dottie, I've dyed my schnauzer purple and pink. Ain't it purty? Yes, it is. Yes. Let me go to the screen door to check in with people. Here we go. I see Doug, Cindy. Have you filed your taxes? We have until Monday. I know it's April 15th, and that was mentioned in the opening, but I guess it's on Monday that there's a deadline. And Michael, Stephen, JR, Larry, Chris, Sue says hi. Hey, Sue, how you doing? And Brian and Martin from British Columbia has checked in, as he does every week. And Dan, how you doing? All right, it's all good. Well, I like to do this every Friday, as I hope you do. And I want to just mention, I want to mention that Ryan, the Wisconsin reporter, he sent me a Christmas basket, and this is why our Messiah was crucified and then rose again from the dead, so we can have a Pez dispenser and have a Pez. That makes a lot of sense. Leslie, you're ready to pop your condom?
You know I am.
I bet.
To this day, I still wonder why the frack, though, didn't Rose just scooch over a little bit? I mean, then Leo could have lived, but no.
I know,
and then
that's
she
a
goes
flaw.
and throws away a perfectly good necklace beside bitch.
That was a pretty big door. He could have crawled on top of it.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And I mean, they had already gotten kind of intimate, so, spooning wouldn't be a bad thing.
There's
Ah,
Ryan's wife in her Titanic dress, a replica of the dress.
Jack,
Yeah.
Jack.
How's
Okay,
the
so here
condom?
we are. It's poofy. It's got some pressure built up. So here we go,
Okay,
kids.
it's ready to go.
Did
Rolling
we
it out.
Yes, we did. We
Rolling it out. Here we go. Pop it. Pop it. There it goes. Shot across the room. Right into
Action.
Lincoln's head. At about this time,
By the way,
in 1865, they were Mr. and Mrs. Lincoln just settled in for the play, get ready for a nice evening, and we know how that ended.
but beside that, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the play?
How was the play?
Also, for any Chicagoans on board this afternoon, it would have been Harold Washington's 100th birthday.
Explain who that is for those who don't know.
He was the first black mayor of the city of Chicago and involved in what came to be known as council wars. It was a big to-do. He fought a whole bunch of dyed-in-the-wool Dems here in town and eventually succeeded until he had a heart attack at his desk in his second term.
Okay, I have a connection, if you remember this. Okay, I was at a party, and there was a reporter at this party who said he heard that when Harold was taken into the hospital after he collapsed in his office, when they went to work on him, they had to take his clothes off, and he had women's underwear on. And we mentioned that on the air. And then this listener did a painting of Harold in bra and panties.
Mhm.
And it ended up at the Art Institute of Chicago. Am I getting this right? This is many years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And then some other black aldermen went crazy and said it should be snatched down now. And it was a
they
thing.
marched on the Art
Yes.
Institute, and they did, in fact, snatch it down.
That all started from the little radio show that I was part of.
You trouble. You
I
little
know. Oh my God. Is that as good as telling listeners to put Necco wafers in toll baskets because they're the same size as quarters? And we got
And-
dinged on that one a little bit too.
The Illinois Toll
boy.
Highway Authority had a lot
Oh.
of trouble cleaning out those machines. You scamp. Honest to gosh,
I know.
man.
Just bad boy. I'm a bad boy. Nasty boy. Hey, later in the program, I will play the interview I did with Gilbert Gottfried. And this interview was, okay, look at this picture. These three guys all died within a few months of each other. And they say death comes in threes. How many times have the participants in a trilogy of death been photographed together? How about that? How weird is that? And if you open up that frame, I wonder if there are other comedians nearby who are thinking, I was there. I'm scared.
If you get a chance, watch the movie Aristocrats. Do not let the children watch it with you. It's a very adult movie.
Filthy.
And yes,
Filthy.
and you'll look at Bob Saget in a whole different way for the rest of your life.
I know he was weird in that he did that family show, but then he always felt like it was too saccharine for his comedy, his stand-up comedy. So when he would go out and do stand-up, he was filthy. And I'm thinking that show made you tens of millions of dollars. And why you needed to distance yourself or make that something that you're not happy with by doing the blue, I don't know.
He was always overcompensating. And oddly, Gilbert Gottfried, in his send-off to Bob, made mention of him being an aristocrat. So all these things tie together.
Okay. If everything goes right on this show, and by going right, we have a good time and whatever we do, at the end of the hour, my face should be as shiny as yacht varnish.
Yes, it should.
Yes, it should. You know,
Ooh, and we got good giveaways this week too.
Good giveaways. Yes. We'll have the wine condom and something that I think you're going to really enjoy. It lights up. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, are we doing the lights up or are we doing the...
What are we doing? Did I forget what we're doing?
I think we're doing,
you're
yeah.
Right. We're teasing the lights up.
Yes.
Here's what we're giving away besides the condom, just to get you in the mood here. The Air Force t-shirt.
It's a very stylish tee, and it's got lovely material as well.
Very nice. I'd wear it.
It is. It's soft.
I'd wear it if I didn't feel like it's weird to wear your own stuff. And I go back to the radio days when a lot of guys would wear these jackets with their name on it. And I'm thinking, that's a little weird. If you got to tell people,
around with your headphones around your
if
neck,
you got to
like
tell people
other
who you
DJs.
are, it probably loses a little of its luster, right?
And we will be teasing something with some luster that we'll be giving away next week. So all sorts of stuff.
Thing
to
next
stick
week
around for.
lights up. Okay, I got it.
Yes.
I got it. I'm not as dumb
And we'll
as I
light
look.
up today for you.
Yeah, we'll show you. Can we show the video of what it is later and
Sure.
get people ready for that? Wet their whistle, if you will. All right. And the official bartender of the Gare Force is with us today. Jenna Duddleson has come up with an Easter drink. I put the ingredients on yesterday's Facebook post because some people want to make it as she's making it. There it is. And when I see blueberries, I'm in. Love blueberries.
And there's something about muddling. First and foremost, it's fun to say muddle, but secondarily, it just makes it seem like you're really creating a product when you muddle your drink.
Muddle. Let's see what Jenna has to say about all that. Hello, Jenna. How are you? Happy Easter Passover.
Happy Easter Passover, Good Friday, and happy birthday to my mother. It is her birthday today. So it's a lovely Friday we got going on here.
Good. Is she working at the bar today?
She took the day off and treated herself. Well, I treated her to a manicure and pedicure to earn some brownie points as favorite daughter amongst me and my siblings. And I'd like to think that I won and I brought flowers. But
how many sisters do you have?
I have 2 sisters and a brother.
Okay.
Ooh.
And you're on top of the chart today.
Yes, on top of the chart. I would hope so. But then my one sister called me. She's like, she was buying my mom. I don't know, Kath, if you're watching this, mute this right now so you don't know what the gift is. But my sister was buying my mom a gift and was like, "Do you think she would like these?" And I should have told her the other ones because I should have went and bought the pair that my sister got her. Because I was like, I should get credit for this. I'm the one who came up with the idea, not you. These are way better than your original idea.
I'm guessing
Very
earrings.
cryptic, and yet,
I'm guessing earrings. A pair.
Shoes. Because one can never have too many shoes, especially as a woman.
Slacks.
All right. The bar that your family owns is called
Shinnick's Pub.
Shinnick's Pub on
Yes.
the south side of Chicago. Is that how you would describe that area? Bridgeport?
Bridgeport, yeah. So I always say we're right in the shadows of Comiskey Park. You can drunkenly stumble your way to the ballpark and from the ballpark, which I think is awesome. And now that baseball is back, for any baseball fans who are watching, we had opening day Tuesday, and it just felt so good. It just felt so good to just fireworks were back. And even like when I walked outside in the morning, I could smell the cooking of brats in the air. That's a beautiful smell. If anyone is like really like when you walk into a ballpark and you smell onions and brats and like the peanut shells on the floor, I'm like, oh my God, this is heaven. Like I'm in heaven right now, and I couldn't be happier.
Yes, it's like when you walk into a bakery, that aroma, or any of these places where you just, oh, that's so good. That feels so good. Yes, baseball's back, and the aroma of fresh cut grass.
Yes.
That tells me it's spring, summer, and all those aromas are coming together right now. And people are out after a 2-year hiatus of not being out. This is quite the cocktail, the cocktail of life, where we're getting back to somewhat normal. And boy, it makes you appreciate just the simple things again.
Oh my gosh. I had that realization, no joke, on Tuesday. I was like, I'm just happy that I'm here. Like nothing else matters. Like I am at a ballpark. I'm with my sister. I'm with my friends. I'm with some of my family members. Like nothing else matters, because like today is just a good day to have a good day and to be present. And that's how like the tide's been turning. You know, I think we all kind of feel it, and it all feels just right. And and I finally feel like I can put away my winter coat, knock on wood, but I'm still looking at it, because you know how Chicago is. It's like there's always like one more that you kind of need it for. So I can't pack it away yet. I got to wait until like mid-May.
Well, I did pack it away because I just thought, okay, I'll probably accelerate spring if I do this, pretend like I don't need the winter coat anymore. So I put that away. Here are the two things that happened this week that tells me I'm in the spring state of mind. I put the coat away and I weed whacked for the first time this season. And that felt real good to have that vibration against my loins. I just felt like it was hitting spring. And I think we all need something to say, yeah, we did that pandemic and we're putting that in the rearview mirror. Let's go.
Yeah. I feel like we all are just ready for a sense of normalcy. And I think, to me, honestly, the sense of normalcy was being back at the ballpark. And I went to opening day last year. I know White Sox Park had done this. I don't know if other places did it, but you had to be in like sections last year at opening day for the ballpark. So you couldn't, the best part about walking in is like taking a lap around the concourse. And, it's like, all right, let's see what's new. It's the best people watching on the planet. And you couldn't do that last year. But the minute we walked in this year, I was like, okay, let's take a lap. Let's see what the new food is. Let's see if we run into anyone that we know. And so being able to do that and just like going up to people and hugging people and just being happy to be around everyone, I was like, oh, it just feels normal again. Like life just feels normal again. And I'm so happy and I'm so grateful for it.
When I was growing up on the south side of Chicago, I had a t-shirt that was a sock, a White Sox t-shirt that was a sock with a wing on it. And I cherished that thing like it was the holy grail. I wore that every day during the summer. And I wish maybe they have a shirt like that, a replica shirt where it was the sock and a wing. And I just thought that was so cool.
I think, they're definitely bringing back a lot of the like old school looks. Cause I know as a fan, like I prefer to wear that compared to some of the newer stuff. This I got at the game. I'm trying to think. I don't know. Like it feels old school, but it's not, but
pennants. You don't see a lot of pennants.
No, and that was the giveaway. So we made sure we went early. So I got a pennant and I'm very happy about said pennant. But yeah, no, my podcast that I did this week, the one guy that I was talking to was in the book. I actually have it right here. It's called Chili Dog MVP. So I was not around for this, but it was about the 72 White Sox and Dick Allen and just how that time really transformed, like the history of the city of Chicago. And I believe they're doing an anniversary sometime this year, and they'll be bringing back these really cool pinstripe red Sox uniforms, which, like, who doesn't love a throwback?
Yeah, there you go. We are all looking for that warm, fuzzy nostalgia where, hey, those were the days, huh? Everything was a lot better. We didn't have pandemics and viruses. So I think we're going to see a lot more of that in the coming year or two to get some kind of, okay, it's okay. Everything's fine. We're not going to hell in a handbasket, so to speak.
Not yet.
What is that Easter drink?
So we are making a blueberry mojito. I am just on a big blueberry kick. I love eating them. I am eating them with almost every meal. So I figured I needed to add them into my alcohol meal. So tip for anyone who is planning on making this at home, if you're someone who doesn't like your cocktails like super strong, don't make it in a short glass. Just make it in a taller glass because, cheers. The reason you do that is because we're going to top this off with club soda. So that way it kind of like dilutes the drink a little bit. But to get started, anyone who is planning on making this at home, you're going to take about 5 to 6 blueberries, just like a little handful, and you're going to put it in the bottom of your glass, making sure you guys can see this. And then we're going to take some mint. Don't fall down, spoon. Okay, so you've probably seen bartenders do this from time to time, and you probably think, okay, this looks ridiculous. Why are they doing this? Bartenders slapping the mint. You roll it around in your hands, okay? And then you smack it, you drop it in. It's not something that is done for show, even though I know many bartenders who do it for show. You do it because it wakes the mint up. So if you're nearby, you're going to like instantly smell that mint in your glass, and it's just the most like aromatic thing on the planet. You are then going to take 1 ounce of lime juice, always fresh, but I don't have fresh, which is why we're using the bottle. So no one crucify me. There was no pun intended in that. Maybe I shouldn't have said that because maybe it's still sensitive for Jesus. Sorry. But you're going to dump that into your glass. After your lime juice, you're going to do some simple syrup, and you're going to do 1 ounce as well. Ooh, I think I might have cut myself. Yes, I did. Nothing like having a cut on your finger as a bartender.
That's what you get for making fun of Jesus on
That's
Good
what I
Friday.
get. That's karma works really fast.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you're going to take your muddle and you're just going to gently break the blueberries, guys, and just muddle the mint leaves as well. So you're doing this because it's going to get those like natural flavors out. And you're also going to see that the color of the drink is going to slightly change to this almost like, it's like a bluish pink hue. And again, you drink with your eyes first. So you're going to do that as well. Then we are going to take your rum, nice little silver rum. We're going to do 2 ounces of that guy. Just dump her on in, right on in there. I'm so excited to drink this, guys. You have no idea. So excited. All right. And then we're going to take some ice. All right. Fill her on up. Beautiful. And then you're going to take a spoon, any type of long stirring spoon, and you're just going to kind of stir it around on the outside. You do this to wake up the mint and shock it in the drink. And again, that way it's just really floral because we started with all of the like good ingredients on the bottom. So as you're moving it around, it's just making sure that it's in every ounce of that cocktail that you're going to be drinking. Now, last thing you're going to do. Now you have 2 options for this, guys. I said club soda. I apparently ran out of club soda. So if you want to make this a little extra boozy, you can add some sparkling wine or Prosecco to top it off. It's totally up to you. Both options are fantastic. Again, if you're someone who doesn't want your drink too strong and you just want like a really relaxing drink, go with club soda. If you're someone who's had a really long week and needs the extra kick in the rear end, go with the Prosecco, okay? Then you're just going to take some blueberries, put it on top for garnish because we all love a good Instagram picture. Who doesn't? We all like to show our friends that we're making way cooler drinks and we're drinking way better than they are. And then last thing you're going to do is just take a sprig of mint. This is pretty. All right, smack it around, wake it up. You're just going to drop it on in. And there you go.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Happy Easter. What is the name of that? Is there an official name if you go to a bar?
You could ask just for a blueberry mojito. So essentially we're just making a mojito and then adding the blueberries onto it. I think you could definitely ask any restaurant that you go to. The only thing is if they have the blueberries, not many places have them. However, if you're someone who still wants to have that like fruity element to it, a strawberry mojito is so good. And most places will have that as well. So, if you trust your bartender well enough, tell them to make you a little drink and just throw some extra love in there. And God, this is really good.
I bet it is. Where would one get a muddle?
Muddle.
I imagine you're going to say Amazon, but if I wanted to go buy a muddle?
Oh, any liquor store should have this. So I know Target has these, depending on like your Target, I guess. But for Chicago, I know we have Benny's. For anyone else listening, whatever your like nearby liquor store is, all liquor stores have like a cocktail section, which is where you could get the spoon, your little jigger, and then a like cocktail shaker. If you don't have a muddle though, guys, honestly, you could just use like the back end of a spoon to just like press it down, because that's what we want. You just want to like break up the blueberry a little bit, which will help bring this drink to life.
And Jenna has a podcast called Bar Talk. And what's going on with that?
What's going on with that? We just did a really fun episode that came out Thursday, and it was a live look at opening day, Bridgeport style. So I walk you through starting at Shinnex, into the ballpark, and just the characters that you find in a ballpark. There's never a dull moment when you go to a ballpark, and doing it live was a lot of fun, or like kind of live, we'll say. But yeah, we have a lot of cool stuff coming up, a lot more drinks happening. We have some funny interviews coming up. I just did one with a comedian who he is a Southside guy and just absolutely makes me laugh. So that'll be out Thursday. But yeah, every Thursday we have new episodes. Every Friday we have new drinks. And then every other Friday I'm here with you guys teaching you how to make a new drink that you can do from the comfort of your own home.
And it is much appreciated. Jenna Duddleton, the official bartender of the Air Force. Thank you, Jenna. Have a good Easter.
Thank you. You too, Gary.
Okay. Well, if you, I've stuck to the Manhattan, but I love blueberries. That's looking pretty good right now. When you want to wake up your mint.
Could you muddle your Luxardo cherry? I bet you could.
That's the beauty. And I think, was it Barbara from Arizona? She said, hey, at the end of Friday is a Luxardo cherry. Yes, that's the beauty of Friday. At the end of that day, I know there's a Luxardo.
Oh, Lordy. It's going down quick today.
I wish I should pace myself, but I can't.
Nah, just make sure that there's one waiting in the wings. Is Jenna still with us? Because somebody had a question about simple syrup. Hey.
Yes. Hello.
So do you have to buy the simple syrup, or can you make your own?
Oh, make your own. If you don't mind, it's very easy. It's equal parts sugar and water. So depending on how long you're going to be using your simple syrup, you just use half a cup of sugar, half a cup of water, let it come to a boil, put it in a mason jar is what I always like to do, and then just seal the top, put it in your fridge, leave it overnight. That way you're not potentially putting like something hot into a cocktail, because we don't want that. We definitely don't want that. But yeah, you can definitely make it at home. It's totally a personal preference if you have the time to do it. If you don't, again, most liquor stores and even like Targets and Walgreens will have simple syrup.
Super cool. You know what? And then you can add extra sugar to it with all the leftover. Not extra syrup. Add some extra sugar, and you can feed hummingbirds with it, but no liquor.
No, well, we don't want to get the hummingbirds drunk, Leslie.
Yeah. Ever.
But if this is something that like I've been kind of experimenting with too, If you want to be like your own mixologist at home, I've done simple syrups where I've added blackberries, strawberries. So it's like a strawberry simple syrup. And that way you can just do that with, say you want to add some, bubbles to it, but you don't want that like too dry, like bitterness that sometimes champagne has. Just add a little bit of that sugar, and you have your own cocktail.
What do we always say about this show, Gary? You can watch and listen to our show and get college credit. Right
Yes.
now, you seriously are that close to becoming a mixologist yourself just for having seen
Now-
Jenna today. Thank
now
you.
I got you.
Now, some people would think, my God, it's Good Friday. This is sacrilegious. But Leslie pointed out right before we went on that Jesus,
Our Lord and Savior was a
Jesus
fan
was
of wine.
at a supper drinking because I think he knew something was coming. And
Yeah.
we're just following what he was doing.
And the apostles. Seems like
Yes.
just about everybody had a little to drink on that evening. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Just remember, guys, no good story ever started out with, so I was eating a salad. Every good story starts off with, so I was out drinking with my friends.
There
Had
it
a
is.
drink.
That's the bumper sticker. And I'll have a Pez to that.
That Pez is ridiculous.
That's what the crucifixion and resurrection were all about. Rabbits and peeps and Easter eggs and grass in a basket.
Yeah.
My
And a lot of
God.
pastel. And a
There's
lot
no,
of pastel.
it's no wonder, and inflatables. There's
Oh my
that
God.
yard puke. It's no wonder we just had a 2-year pandemic, because the supreme being's looking down at this and going, "You're making me puke, and I'm going to have to make you suffer." So that's why we're
so-
having this.
With that inflatable, is it inappropriate to leave an anonymous letter in a neighbor's mailbox saying maybe it's time to put the snowman away? I realize like it's not Christmas, so they kept with just the winter theme, but be done, please.
Yeah.
You have that in your neighborhood?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
in my neighborhood, I also have a guy who covered his entire house in floor tile. So it's a very eclectic crowd that I
Yeah.
live around, but
Yeah.
hey, each their own.
You could
Yeah.
do the like anonymous letter where you cut out the magazine, and like glue it and just put it in the mailbox.
And then when I'm caught on their Ring doorbell system, I'll be the next YouTube sensation.
But if you just wear a mask, wow, I'm giving a lot of really bad advice today. If you just wear a mask and you get this black hat, no one's gonna know.
Yeah.
Seriously, like look at this. No one knows.
Yeah. That's who's
Color
that?
us
I don't
You've
know.
been doing it for 2 years. What's gonna stop you now,
Yeah.
Leslie?
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
Hey, I'm doing it for the laughs. I'm doing it just for yucks.
Is there
Come
more
on.
than one inflatable that's deflated lying on the lawn?
This is actually one of those wire snowmen. So it's that weird flashy tinsely kind of
Okay.
wire.
What about
snowman.
this? About 1A, get over there and just take it and dump it.
Oh,
just
see,
take it.
no,
It's April.
I would-
What
yeah.
are Christmas decorations still doing out? I mean, come on.
Greg says he saw Christmas lights on a house the other day. Well, I
And-
mean, we do need something.
Okay, yes, because we're still coming out of this, whatever this was. And yes, any kind of brightness is good. But okay, the lights, we'll let that go. Not the decorations, not trees and Santa and all that nonsense.
Put Santa up when it's halfway to Christmas. People celebrate that.
Yeah,
That's a
6-month
real thing.
Christmas. Right.
Exactly. It's not 4 months because I'm too lazy to take the Santa down in my yard.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Couple
Problem
more
solved.
months, and we're thinking of changing the podcast over to all Christmas music, weren't
Yeah,
you?
really. Like these radio stations that every year they add another week, so it's 2 months and then 2 months and a week, and then suddenly in September, okay, we start Christmas music right after Labor Day for the rest of the year. I say just play it all year and see what happens. You got nothing to lose. The ratings are going to drop from your peak. You'll still be in the game.
People play Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You while I'm bartending. I guarantee you, I get it. No matter what time of the year it is, I get it once a week. Someone
Really?
wants to hear that song. I don't
Really?
know why. I have 2 people who come into the bar and it is their favorite song of all time. They've
Do you
tried
have
to
a
get up.
bouncer?
No, I mean the bouncer is are our customers. It's kind of like, just don't be that guy. But yeah, no, that song is on. Like I guarantee you, it'll play this Saturday. And when it does, Gary, I will send you a video of it because I promise you, someone is going to play this song on Saturday at the bar.
Can't you take it out of you have a jukebox?
It's the jukebox, yeah. So you can play whatever you want. So I don't really like if you have the Touch Tunes app, you can see what songs coming next. Come Christmas time, someone plays it at least 20 times in a row. It's a given. Just it never stops again. But I have the power of the remote, so I can P3 it, which is a fantastic power to have. But no, people love that song all the time, and it'll be played. I swear it'll be played this Saturday.
All right. Well, that's wrong. They should be tossed from the bar. That's absolutely wrong.
I can't turn business away, even if they have bad taste in music or the wrong time of the year, we'll say.
I understand. All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Ryan is on deck here. And Ryan, how are you?
Hey, I'm okay. Just coloring little Easter eggs and did some shopping today, but I did not wait in the 20 deep Costco gas line. So
because the gas at the Costco, is that in your town?
It's in Pewaukee. It's close. If Alan, I shared. No, I didn't. I'll share it right now. I took a picture of it. It was like 20 deep cars in line for $3.55 for regular.
Is Pewaukee like a nickname, or is that a real place?
No, it's Pewaukee. That's the
nickname. Okay. And there are the lines.
You got Milwaukee, you got the Pewaukee.
You got Pewaukee, you got Pewaukee.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I would have still been waiting in line. I wouldn't have been here today if I would have. Jamie said, "Well, why didn't you sit in line?" I said, "I didn't have till 7:00 tonight to get gas." So
well, $3.55. That's about $1 cheaper than a lot of areas. I can see where that would be attractive. But how long would the line be? Do you think if you sat there?
Half hour ish.
Yeah. So where did you go? Where did you get gas?
I didn't really need gas. I was at 3/4 of a tank on her car, so I'd end up not getting. So
did you go to Pewaukee and get it for $4 a gallon?
No, I could have gone to Quick Trip. I could have gone to Quick Trip and Waukesha,
So you essentially need a half a tank of gas just to get in line to go get gas.
Correct. Right.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why the earth is burning.
As Dan says, it's Wisconsin. It's like going to Czechoslovakia. I can't. Czechoslovakia after 5:30, 6:30 Eastern, whatever. Czechoslovakia. So you buzz in, you buzz out. Yeah.
Yep. And Jamie on the Titanic talk reminded me that the ship started going down on the 14th. So she was all excited.
She said.
To tell me, hey, what's today? And I said, your half birthday? And then she said, no, this is when the Titanic started to go down. But I said, it didn't sink till the 15th. So there she is.
She wanted to get the dress out. Yep.
Yeah. And the necklace. So that might be what we'll be doing tonight. There's the necklace. That's a J. Peterman special.
As you
right out of the catalog.
Play the part of Leonardo DiCaprio, right?
I do. I do either that or the videographer, to capture all of the moments. So, and then the other image I saw on the net was kind of an interesting use of chocolate bunnies. So, you could make your drink and just bite the head off of the bunny, and then you put your alcohol in there and a little straw, and there you go.
Okay.
Oh my.
Yeah. That's the way Jesus would have liked it.
That's right. That's right. Just like that Pez, Gary, right?
Yes. Thank you.
You're
and
welcome.
Jamie and Hank for the bunny
welcome.
Pez dispenser. Wow. Pez. Who doesn't like Pez? Come on. All right.
And they have all kinds of shapes and flavors and everything. So.
All right. And Ryan's got a Wisconsin report. Before he does that, we're going to pay homage to the fine sponsors. And that would be Bettenhausen Automotive to start off.
A legend has returned. See the all-new 2022 Wagoneer at Bettenhausen in Tinley Park. The Wagoneer has the spirit for adventure, equipped with everything you would need no matter where your trails lead. And Bettenhausen has this most premium SUV ever built in stock, with many to choose from. Come in and see what the all-new Wagoneer offers you at Bettenhausen. Your best Wagoneer buying experience starts now at BettenhausenCDJR.com.
The Wagoneer is back. Nice Wagoneer. All right. And David Hochberg and his team, if you need a mortgage, they're the people to go to. They do a free consultation, which is nice. How many people do something for free where they give you advice? And every place you go, okay, if I give you any advice, that's $150, and then we'll take it off the bill if you should use our service. They don't do that at Team Hochberg. It's free advice, and then hopefully when you hear what they have to offer, you're going to do business with them. And there's the numbers right there, 855-56-DAVID. David does a radio show every Saturday morning, 10 Central on WGN AM 720, and that streams, and they're licensed in 35 states. So if you're not, they're based in Illinois, but they are licensed around the country. So don't hesitate if you want some kind of mortgage refi advice around the country. Call David. All right? It's the guy. Speaking of WGN, that's where that interview happened with Gilbert Gottfried that I'm going to play in a couple minutes here. Wow. Okay. I saw on here's what happened. Somebody took the audio and put a video component to it. And it was 13 years ago already. And That's hard to believe, but yeah. And it's I thought it was funny. I don't think everything I do is great, but I thought it worked with the video component. So we'll share that with you in just a few minutes. But first, Ryan's going to do his Wisconsin report. It's Wisconsin, Yahoo.
Hey everyone, it's Ryan. I hope you're having a great week and looking forward to the weekend. I have a few updates from Wisconsin. Everybody's jumping on the bandwagon around what gas costs, how much gas prices are. Well, Krispy Kreme is also taking advantage of that. Yesterday, they offered at their shops, you could get a dozen donuts for the price of a gallon of gas. They went with the $4.11 price. There is a local Krispy Kreme's in West Allis, Wisconsin. I didn't go over there to partake in the donuts, but if you did, you were able to get some donuts for $4.11. Switching gears a little bit, a few weeks ago, I talked about the Wisconsin Dells adding more fun attractions for their area for the summer. You know, it was the Ferris wheel water slide. Now you can rent a pirate ship out. It sleeps 6. It'd be great fun for the family. Or it also says in the article, in case you want some adult adventures, you can rent that out too. Not sure what that is. I'll let you think about that. The boat's called Passing Wind, which I thought was an interesting title for a pirate ship. And it goes for $185 a night. So if you're looking for a little adventure in the north, look for the Dells and you can rent out a pirate ship. In the past, we've talked about the Colbert Show and other shows stealing topics or themes that were talked about in the Gare Force. Well, here's another example. This week, he mentioned Waukesha, Wisconsin in a joke saying that the food at the store is costing more money, so people in Wisconsin and the Hughes Waukesha will be able to buy less of the designer beers and more of the cheap beers. I think he's looking at the Gare Force and says, hey, I want a Wisconsin report or a Midwest-themed, report every week. So he reached out and found Waukesha. I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll talk more next week.
Listener Sandy said Passing Wind is a good clown name. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Really? Colbert mentioned Waukesha.
He did. He mentioned it in his lineup this week.
Come on. I mean, I've had some moments where I thought, really? That's very similar. It's not a real obvious thing. And it was a piece I did a couple days before it was on his show. I don't know.
I don't know. I found it really strange.
Why not Pewaukee?
Right.
Why not
Right.
Kenosha?
Why not Pewaukee or Pukewaukee? I mean, why Waukesha?
Yeah. Yeah. So everybody clamored. It was in the papers here this week. And I thought, really? Wow. Of all the places in Wisconsin, not Milwaukee, but Waukesha. So
I'm getting these emails about that Krispy Kreme deal where you can get a dozen for the same. I mean, they're really pushing this hard. And I look at it and think, I think it's scam or spam, same thing. And I just delete it. And So it is a thing. It really
is a thing, and I think they're trying to push out the donuts, and I think it's lost its luster. I mean, a long time ago, it used to be everybody wanted Krispy Kreme, but so I think they jumped on the bandwagon.
How much are Krispy Kremes normally? A dozen?
Maybe $8. I don't know. I haven't been in a store in probably 10 years.
Okay, got a little sticker shock at a Stan's Donuts this week when they wanted $2.25 per donut.
Wow.
Doesn't that seem just a little high?
For one donut.
One donut, $2.25.
Okay, so $4.11 for a dozen. That's a good deal.
It is.
I was like John Travolta in what was it? Pulp Fiction, and I was kind of like, it better be the best frackin' donut I've ever had in my life. It was a fine donut, but I wouldn't say it was a $2.25 donut. That's just
it was a
me.
donut royale. That's what you would call it.
And I think they do make a donut royale with cheese. If you want.
Cheese,
$3.
And I got a ham for Easter, and that was sticker shock too. Of course, it was the honey baked ham, but I think it was up maybe $11 from when I got it before.
How much?
$77.
Yeah, yeah. That honey baked ham thing. That's always pricey, and these days, oh my God!
Yeah, it was 8-pound ham for $77. But we figured we're all going to be in the house. We haven't done the Easter with everybody for a while, so.
Okay, grab your ankles, is what they're saying.
I'm going to take a mortgage out on Easter dinner, and I'll have it paid off by 2034. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Ryan. Thank you.
Okay. Have a good holiday.
You too.
Before we get too far, too, we should probably set up for the giveaway.
Let's do it.
And let's do, in honor of Jenna, let's do a hashtag mojito, because that's fun to say too, up there with muddle, which rhymes with Duddleson. But let's do a hashtag mojito for the wine condom and the t-shirt.
All right.
How cool is that?
That's what
and
you're going to get.
And once again, if you have won before, please sit on your hands and give everybody else a chance for a while. I know it's a super cool gift, but your time will come. But in the meantime, let's get some other winners on board.
Hashtag mojito. Okay, are you ready for the Gilbert Gottfried tribute?
I think it's time.
I think we are. Okay, roll that, Alan. Gilbert, welcome to the show, by the way.
You're welcome.
All right. This could be one of those tough sledding days, buddy. You, Gilbert, So how have you been, sir?
Fine.
Oh, you're not going to do this to me again, are you?
Here we go. Part 2, the sequel.
No, wait a minute. Here's the deal. And you had to open your pie hole, Elton, because 2 years ago I had Gilbert on the show, and he got into this jag for some reason where all he said was, yep, nope, yep, nope. And we went, now it was so intriguing at the time that I went 90 minutes with that, and somehow we made something out of it with the listeners. And they called in, and it spun and spun and spun. Now, Gilbert conveniently forgot about that over the last 2 years. He didn't even know who I was when he walked in, and that's fine. That was fine until Elton goes, remember 2 years ago when all you said was yep and nope? And I'm thinking, that's great. And now here I am again. Why do I have him here? I don't need somebody to flatten my tires. I can do that on my own, Gilbert.
Nah.
So what? Okay. You've been...
just trying to break the ice with
you broke it all right, and you're underneath it, where you belong. I was going to ask Gilbert, of all the things you've done, I'll bet you've made more money on being the Aflac duck voice than you probably made in the first 10 years of your career.
Maybe.
So a couple minutes ago, Jarrett goes, we're going to have Gilbert to 250.
Oh, great.
And it's 220 now, and I got nothing with this guy. So he's going to turn your mic off, by the way. Okay, I'm not going to hear you cackle for another 30 minutes.
I won't cackle.
Because you're the one that set this up.
Oh, I didn't say...
Yesterday, get this, Gilbert. You could just sit there and give me that look. Yesterday, I said I was at my mother-in-law's over the holidays and had a bunch of bacon sandwiches, and he goes, what's a bacon sandwich?
I meant, what else did you have on it?
That's what I'm dealing with here. That's what I got to work with, and you're going to yes and no me now.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just flop sweating through the whole thing now. I got nothing. If you don't want to talk to me, I don't know what to tell you. What do you got? What do you got for me? This Tiger Woods thing. Your thoughts on it?
Interesting.
Come on. What do you want me to do now?
Well, don't blame. You're looking at me like it's my fault.
You're the easy blame.
Well, no kidding. I'm always the easy blame.
Shooting ducks in a barrel with you. Remember 2 years ago, Gilbert, when you just said yes and no for 90 minutes?
I was just trying to let him know that it was very funny. That's
because you're defining funny as something that nobody else thinks is funny.
No, for weeks after, people were calling and saying that segment with Gilbert Gottfried was so funny.
People like to see people fail. Can you do your Jerry Seinfeld impersonation for me?
No.
Crap.
Well, don't look at me.
Well, who am I going to look at?
He didn't have to do this.
What's a bacon sandwich?
No, but I just was saying.
Yeah. All right, here's another classic. Here, just sit there, and I'll just tell you what a load I'm working with on a daily basis. You know how big an elephant is? He said that to me a couple of weeks ago. You know how big an elephant is? Were the Beach Boys popular here back in the 60s?
Because we don't have beaches here.
Jim, you're on WGN.
Can you tell us the Oprah joke?
You got an Oprah joke?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Everybody's going, go to WGN right now. It's a disaster. It's a disaster. You're going to love it. Becky, you're on with Gilbert.
Yeah, this tool, he's not even remotely funny, and I feel so bad for you. And if he thinks he's generating any business by coming on your show, the #1 radio show in the country, he couldn't give tickets away right now to go to his show. He's so not funny.
Gilbert, your response.
Thanks.
Estelle, you're on WGN. Hello.
Estelle is my wife, Gary. How are you?
Estelle is my wife, he said.
Okay, it says Estelle on the screen.
No,
I thought you said as dead as my wife.
Is going to do an impression of the Aflac Ducks. Very good. And she wanted to do it for your guest.
All right. Can you do it?
No, I'm going to get her. Hang on.
Okay.
Estelle, honey, we're on now.
Great.
Come on.
I thought you were at the bottom of the hill before.
Hang on now.
The funny thing is,
He
again,
seems to be clamming up.
can you do it?
I've got a song for Tiger Woods.
Oh, jeez.
Gilbert would like to hear it.
Yes.
I'll take anything.
He's got a tiger by the tail, it's plain to see. And she's in line for some heavy alimony. Tiger couldn't keep his hands off all that strange. He should have spent some time on the driving range.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
See, here's the deal, and this is what I'm dealing with today. When he walked in, before we went on the air...
I love how now, Gilbert,
here he goes.
Thanks a lot, Gilbert. Now you're getting me in trouble.
Here he goes.
You're going to leave here and go to Zanies, and now I'm going to be blamed for the debacle.
Well,
thanks a lot. I'm your biggest fan, and now you're screwing me.
I don't. There's.
You know what I love is he's loving just pulling your chain. Look at him. He's got this
That's
biggest
terrific.
smile on his
That's
face.
Terrific. But when this crashes and burns, you just walk out of the wreck and I'll just go somewhere else.
Yeah, but I'm the guy that's going to be in big trouble.
You're the guy. He's the guy. He's the guy.
Well, you're blaming me now.
Well, yeah, because.
Well, all I was trying to do was compliment him and have a little.
Again, his compliment is not a compliment.
No, but I was just trying to say, hey, we have a history. The last time
we have a history.
Well, no, he was on
hysterectomy.
He was on a couple years ago. I was like, hey, it was a good time last.
That was just like a bizarre moment in time. This is something else now. That's 2 years ago. I haven't talked to him in 2 years. I thought, well, there's got to be something.
Well, I was just trying to break some ice.
I can't drag this for another 7 minutes.
No.
I'm going to have to pull the plug on this, Dr. Vorkian, and we'll just end it with this.
Thanks.
Always, whatever it is. Okay, thank you, Gilbert.
Thanks.
So what's it called?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Aflac!
I'm not endorsing that radio station. That was from that radio station, but that was pretty much the tone of the show for the whole run. And one day they came to me and said, you guys are having way too much fun, and that's not what we want to do. Can you leave?
And like our listeners today, our listeners were having fun too, and everybody was having
Yeah.
fun. And no, can't have
Yeah,
that.
can't have it, not want it.
Nope.
So it was interesting, and I know I've talked about this before, ladies and gentlemen, but let's pull back the curtain. Let's go Wizard of Oz on this. And by the way, this is a one-off. I was watching something where the guy who played the Wizard of Oz in the Wizard of Oz, remember what was his name? Frank something or other.
Well, Frank Baum was the guy who wrote it, but I'll
Okay,
find
but
it. Just give me a second.
right, okay. Anywho, so I do this when I'm watching a movie and I Wikipedia these people to see some backstory. The guy who played the Wizard of Oz, he died really young, and he was a raging alcoholic. And it said in the Wikipedia feed that he would show up to these movies that he was in with a briefcase that was a portable bar. And I'm thinking, the Wizard of Oz was a drunk. And
Frank Morgan.
Frank Morgan, yes. And he died at, was it 49?
Jovial and somewhat flamboyant Frank Morgan, born Francis Whooperman. Oh, there's a name for you.
There it is.
Whooperman died at the age of 59.
59. Okay. Still relatively young, but
Pretty
he
young.
was an alcoholic. I'm thinking, the Wizard of Oz. Don't look behind the curtain because I'm fucking drunk. Okay.
Well, and he had
Anywho,
like that rosy thick. Oh, never mind.
so that was pretty much that segment. That was the tone of the show day in and day out. That wasn't a one-off. That was what the show was. It was just us goofing around every afternoon, having as much fun as we could have. And to this day, I have no idea why they didn't like it. And the audience liked it. There were ratings that proved that they liked it. I'm not
Right.
just blowing smoke out of my ass here.
Though
That
you
was
would if you could, and
Oh, if
you
I
know,
could, that would be a parlor trick.
and
That
for
would be
ratings, sure, yeah.
parlor trick. What am I on a cruise ship? What am I doing here? We're not just blowing smoke here. And I don't want to hear, oh, you mean Joey Smoke? Is he there? Okay. And that's how it would go. But I'll tell you what, the person who put the video together to that is magnificent.
Priceless.
When
Thank you.
my friend Eduardo sent that to me, and I had not heard that piece in many years, and he sent me this just about a year ago and said, hey, a friend of mine put this together, and I watched it and I thought, oh my God, the visuals. I don't compliment my work that much. I really don't. I'm very critical of my own work. But I'll tell you what, the puppet, there was a guy on the show, his name, I gave him Elton Jim because he follows Elton John around the country
Right.
and goes to a concert a week. He's logged several hundred Elton John concerts. He's an Elton John super fan. And so
the
I called
superest of super
the
fans.
superest, yeah.
Is Elton, wasn't he supposed to retire, but then with the pandemic? So how many more years does he have to go?
He was on the retirement tour, and then they got waylaid, and now he's back on tour. So this guy Elton Jim is on on alert again and
On
following.
his tour, yeah.
And I said, and this is not talking behind Elton Jim's back. I said, Elton, it's a little odd to me that a 60-year-old man is chasing a 75-year-old man around the country, but that's me. If that's what you like doing, so be it. It hurts no one, but he is represented. Right.
Consenting
Everybody
adults.
has their thing. And in the video there, he was represented by that puppet.
Yeah.
And the puppet and Elton Jim have the same hair. That was an exact replication.
They shopped at
my
the same
God.
stop. So,
Anywho, that was I only had Gilbert on twice, and it was like that both times. And I thought after the first time, he's not going to do that again because he did it the first time. He's not going to do it again. And then Elton said, hey, remember 2 years ago, like I said in the piece there, and I don't think Gilbert knew the hell who I was. He just went from show to show. And then when he heard that, he went, oh, I'll do that again. Because that's the way he did his comedy. It was an acquired taste, as they say. All right. What have you assembled, Leslie?
what have I assembled? We were talking about it last week, and for any of you still wondering who would pay money to be serenaded by John Hinckley, the answer is a sold-out crowd in Brooklyn.
Oh, here we go.
No more tickets available for the Would-Be Assassins July 8th concert at the Market Hotel. In addition to some original songs, Hinckley is expected to perform some covers of his favorite Elvis, Joni Mitchell, and Bob Dylan classics. A representative for the hotel is making no excuses, snidely responding to critics that Hinckley is responsible for fewer deaths than Reagan.
Oh my God! Okay. I have to have a drink. I think you just said something.
I did.
That blew the top of my head off. Is it still there? Because I felt it go.
Like the chocolate bunnies in those drinks.
Mhm.
Yes, the top of the little
That's what
heads.
they're saying to justify booking this asshole.
Yep, that's it.
And it's sold out.
$20
How many people are we talking here? How many people does it hold?
I looked everywhere to find out how big this venue is, but I mean, like we said, at least I would expect him to be on a street corner with a hat out. This is a
This is an
theater of
official
some sort.
booking, and it's sold out.
And it's
Oh, we're
sold out.
doomed. We're so doomed. And there, I posted this. There he is. Now, I don't know if this is Photoshop that was in the New York Post. He's sitting in front of the White House. Okay,
He's a
we've
dude,
lost
man.
we've lost our shit officially.
Oh, Jody,
Yeah.
you didn't come, so
Yeah.
I shot.
Little
an
song I
eye.
wrote about a girl I couldn't get. Jody, Jody, Jody. Shit.
An animal rights activist in Minnesota decided to draw some attention to her cause by gluing herself to the court at a recent Timberwolves Clippers game. Alicia Saturino, I'm sorry, Alicia, I mucked up your last name. Santorio is upset with the culling of chickens because of an outbreak of avian flu. And to raise awareness, she tried to glue herself to the court during play. Security stepped in before the glue had a chance to set, quickly dragging the little lady away, leaving nothing but a white handprint on the hardwood. So I'm thinking she didn't even use super glue. I think she used Elmer's.
Okay. White handprint on the hardwood. That's what she said.
By the way, nobody's filing charges, and now she's running around with the handle #GlueGirl, which she might want to rethink because
Yeah.
white hand, or what'd you just say? White hand on the hardwood.
Yes.
A New York woman is raking in big bucks as a professional baby namer. 33-year-old Taylor Humphrey charges up to $10,000 to help her clients find the perfect name for their brand new bundle of joy. In business since 2015, her services range from a quick phone consult to in-depth genealogical research. She also runs a TikTok account with more than 45,000 followers in which she talks about trends and name derivations. On the side, she works as a doula, helping moms deliver future clients.
You got something coming out of your doula. Hey, 10,000. I'm thinking Heather or Olivia.
Emily,
Yeah. Yeah.
Tucker, and all
Right.
the other ones.
Right.
And a fugitive on the run from police in Ohio was able to evade capture by stealing the most appropriate vehicle ever. Christopher Eldridge has been on the lam since escaping police custody back on April 9th. He was spotted yesterday skulking around a business in Bedford County, Michigan, but before sheriff's deputies could arrive, Eldridge got away again, this time by stealing, get it, a Ford Escape. Eldridge was originally in custody for several misdemeanors, but now he's got some felony counts to boot.
Well, that guy who did the shooting in New York City on the subway, he had a long record and he was walking around. What do you have to do? Got to ask, because apparently you can do just about anything and not spend time in jail, as evidenced by John Hinckley giving a
Right.
concert. We have left our sense of outrage. We have no sense
have-
of outrage anymore. We have lost it.
Our collective shit, if you will.
Mhm.
So with that, hey, how about we give away something?
Let's do it. Are you ready, Alan, to hit the button?
Give me a second.
I cannot do that.
No, then you're going to have to wait.
Yep.
Oh,
Nope.
God.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome John Hinckley.
All right, here we go. Oh, one more button. There we go.
Here we
it is.
go. Hit it.
Ready?
Yes.
Jadine.
Jadine Lister is the winner. She will get the condom and the Gare Force t-shirt.
So be sure to send Gary a message on either Facebook or by email at GaryMeyerShow@GaryMeyer.com or the text number 773-888-2157 that I'm now scrolling across the bottom of the screen.
All right. That's it for this week, and happy Easter Passover.
Can I just do
you
two
cannot.
more
Thank you for
birthday
asking.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Two more birthday mentions. First, happy birthday to my nephew Brian, who is a regular watcher of the podcast here. And we should mention that on Sunday it is producer Keith's birthday. So
It is.
Happy birthday to Keith
Oh,
coming
Keith,
up.
yes. Happy birthday, Keith, and a very nice Titanic opening on the show
Well
today.
done.
Yes.
Bookends.
All right. I think
And
that's it.
let's preview next week's prize. If you guys want to talk over it, remember you gotta unmute your
Let's
mics.
show the
Let me,
bid. Here's what we're giving away next
if you
week.
want to talk over it, be sure to unmute. Here you go.
Okay, tell us what that is, Leslie.
It's a faucet attachment that turns your faucet into disco lighting, and it makes that weird sound. I don't know if it's just our water pressure, but if you turn the water up really high, you can have a seizure. It's so much fun.
I just picture people in Ukraine going, okay, let me get this straight. You've got a guy who shot the president and other people. He's in concert, and you have an attachment to your faucet that has a lighting situation. Okay, that's why we live in this country. Yes, always bet on America. Thanks for listening. Take the cannoli coming down the aisle. It's complimentary. Look at it. It's beautiful. What about the schnauzer for Easter and Passover, Leslie?
And thanks again to our resident bartender, Jenna. And with her in mind, like the mint in your mojito, slap and shock the schnauzer.
Put that, what's that instrument called? The stumper?
Muddle.
A muddle.
A muddle.
Muddle your schnauzer, yes. Talk to you on Monday. 3 in the green. Gear is down. Flaps are down. The voice of the globe. The Gare Force has landed.
If you like that, I got other stuff I think you're going to like. This is the Gare Force